Okay, wine lovers, welcome back to the Wine Nerd. Today we're going to touch on a very special review, the Chateau Léoville Barton Saint Julien. Okay, this morning we decanted it. I put the video up. The bottle hasn't really been looked after. Okay, give this around about 5 hours to decant. Now, there's a little bit of a story behind this bottle and why I'm sharing it with you. I'm not going to put his name in it. Okay, drop him in it. I don't want to get him in trouble. But this belonged to one of the Beatles, and it was given to me as a gift. Not from one of the Beatles, from a friend of mine. And, you know, I was so impressed. I was going to keep it for a special day, but I started looking at the reviews. And the reviews were so poor, sort of in the middle, but sort of tipping over to the poor side. I was so disappointed. I thought, let's open it, you know, and give this bottle, you know, the credit it needs. So the Chateau Léoville Barton, it's a 1975. It's over 40 years old. We give it 5 hours to decant. It started out like a musky looking wine, not too much colour, and it's turned into like a deep purple, almost like a violet colour now. So it was well worth a decant. Okay. As I say, this is about £70 to £200 a bottle, depending on where you get it from. A 14% Bordeaux. It wasn't a great year. It wasn't a great vintage, the 75 of the red Bordeaux, from what I've read. Not that I would know. So we're going to go into it now. On the look, okay, it has this sort of deep purple with an almost orange hue at the top. For me, I don't like that orange hue. It doesn't do it for me. It really puts me off the wine. There's almost a glow of sort of brown orange, which for me it doesn't really do it. Okay, so to the eyes it's not too appetizing. Now on the nose, let's go in. Now guys, I'm a little bit nervous about this wine, so this isn't an education wine. It's just you know, seeing my opinion on the Barton. So I do apologize. I'm a little nervous. I really am nervous. Now on the nose, it's a little flat. Straight away there's like a tobacco, note of tobacco, and almost like a metallic smell at the finish of that tobacco, like an iron. Definitely red fruits, but not red fruits as you would normally smell in a wine. It's like stewed red fruits, almost like a berry pie. Yep, that's just come freshly out of the oven. I've got to admit, it smells absolutely divine, and I'm pleasantly surprised. It's quite smoky. It's not really giving me much else. So the red stewed fruits, there's a tobacco sort of note in there with like a metallic sort of iron smell tinge to it. And that red stewed fruit, wow, my mouth is watering. So not much else there, guys, so we're going to go straight in on the palate. Now on the palate, I am nervous. Whoa! Okay, so let's go in for it. It's a medium bodied wine. It's low acidity, and by God, it's high tannin. It is chewy, just how I like my wine. Nicely done, nicely done. Again, it's chewy, but it is fantastically balanced. The red fruits are coming through. There's notes of cherry, and on the finish, that finish is lingering and it is divine. It's oriental herbs at the finish, tobacco, leather, and oak. Wow. And it's just, for its age, guys, it's extremely graceful. Again, you've got those oriental herbs, black leather, the tobacco, cherry, stewed red fruits. It's great, like a blueberry pie almost. It's nice. It's not giving me much more, guys, I'm going to be honest, but it is glorious. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm really enjoying it. I'm a little unsure whether I'd pay £200 for the bottle. It is a little flat. There's not much character to the wine. It's graceful. It's well balanced. The flavours are still coming through. But I'm unsure. Now on the finish as well, I'm still getting it now. The best way for me to describe this is like, imagine the 70s in London, the pollution smell. That nice pollution smell, Imagine like the streets of London. On the finish, you're getting sort of that pollution smell coming through on the palate. I might not be selling that, but that's the best way I can describe it to you. That metallic note that was there is completely gone. I'm unsure, guys. I'm not just unsure. I'm thinking this caliber of wine may be a bit too much for my palate at this point. Maybe it's wasted on me. But I tell you what, I'm going to take this wine downstairs. I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to go and enjoy this wine because it's glorious. It's graceful. You can taste the history in its flavors. It's beautiful. Is it worth the £200? I wouldn't say so, if I'm honest. Is it worth £50? Most definitely. Is it worth £100? Certainly. Okay, anything over, I'm a little bit unsure. In terms of the reviews, I can see why there's bad reviews. It's flat. It doesn't really look too appetizing. But once you start getting into that wine, sip after sip, it unfolds those flavors. It undresses itself. It's tobacco, the red stewed fruit. I've never sort of tasted or smelled sort of that stewed fruit, and it's just, even now my mouth's watering. Tobacco, leather, there's oak, there's a little bit of a metallic sort of taste at the end, and almost that sort of that 70s London vibe of pollution going on the taste buds. It's great, but again, maybe the wine's a little bit out of my caliber. It's a bit too much for me, and I'm not quite acquainted with the 75 vintage. So guys, if you do have a bottle and you do open one up on a special occasion, please do feel free to throw me an email and just let me know what your thoughts are. The Wine Nerd out, guys. I'm sorry this wasn't an educational video. I was a little bit nervous on the bottle, but I enjoyed it. It was good. I'm gonna say I'm a little bit disappointed. It's a graceful wine. It really is. But for me, I'm going to sort of sway towards the negative reviews. The Wine Nerd out, guys.